Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm going to be hopping back in to the 10-minute pool playing against Ook1 from Mongolia, a very strong opponent who kicks off the game with one knight to f3. How dare you? Let me hit you with this early on. Maybe I can sneak e5 in and just play in the center. That's my big idea against knight to f3. Play in the center. Bishop to c5, one of the most active spots. And we're playing against some sort of, wow, King's Indian attack thing. Huh. Okay. So I take you play d5. Do I take here and allow your file to open up? I don't know. We'll let the opponent do this. Is this that good? I don't know. I guess I go back and take, I suppose. All right, we'll go back and we'll take like this. Probably was a lot of ways to handle that. But now we at least have a slightly imbalanced pawn structure. My bishop is on kind of a weird square, but I don't know. If you play here, maybe you got to be worried that I'm going to double your pawns. Maybe without a knight that can come to f3, maybe it's an okay, interesting square. We'll see how it plays out. Definitely thinking I'm going to castle on the king side. I could dream of going to the other side of the board. Start with this move. He's not worried about me doubling the pawns, okay. Let me actually develop my pieces like this and keep the option of going queenside alive. Then with the very basic plan of, swapping off bishops and opening up the H-file and delivering the caveman checkmate that everybody loves. All right, f4. Sure. All right, I'll castle kingside. I'll take this guy. And his threat is to go here, so I'm going to stop that. Maybe I still castle queenside, even with the open B file. Yeah, sure. Okay. It's fine. There's this square that I would love to be able to go to. If I play here, I don't know. Might just be a good opportunity for him to develop his queen somewhere, which could become an issue. At some point, I might need to defend this a-pawn because queen d4 looks like a really good square for that piece at some moment. Might start with h5. Might need to put the king here. Yeah. Okay, opponent has spotted it. We were just checking. We were just making sure you saw it. Now, if c4 to break open the position could become quite dangerous for me. We shall see. I'm ready with h4 to open up this file. c4, I think, is just a good move. I don't have to react to it right away. But after this, I need to wonder if this becomes a possibility. So he plays c4, I make some move. Can he play like f5 and then try to distract me? I don't think so. I feel like I actually have everything under control there. C6 could be some other normal move, threatening to take this pawn. Weakens some of the dark squares. Okay, I'm just going to proceed like nothing's happening. Wonder if he's going to try to somehow get my bishop to move away, but I don't think that does anything. Wonder if he's ever going to try to provoke me to play something on this side of the board. We'll see how the opponent handles this position. Now my rook at some point might actually be able to come up and aid in the defense and get ready to move over. Which maybe I do... Ah, he does do this right away. Okay. Interesting. Because I think I want to trade these light-squared bishops. I'm not afraid of the endgame. My pawn structure is slightly better. White has a couple more targets in the endgame. And without light-squared bishops, my knight will have access to some good squares with my rook coming in. Feels like if we swap queens and everything, it should end up being good for me. I'm imagining takes. with some action. Interesting. Okay. I'll take here, and I will go here, keeping this pawn defended. And now that there's no light squared bishop, I think white needs to be very, very careful here. This is a bit of a surprising decision to me. Rook is pinned. So we open up this file and our knight starts hopping in. He's going to try to unpin, but where is he going to go? What's the alternative? So he's going to try to unpin somehow so that he can swing this rook over. But even that is not that terrifying. Also could go here. Because queen wherever, this check, this rook is pinned. Also could just end up going here. So where does the... If we know where the queen's going, this could be a good move. All right, let's come up here, though. We're just trying to sneak our rook in, and we also maintain this idea. I don't know how black would even unpin. I mean, he can go all the way back. Feels like he should be under a lot of pressure. At some point, I think g6 is going to be very good. There's no... It weakens light squares, but there's no light squared bishops anymore. It just prevents checkmates forever and puts pawns on the same color as the bishop. Trying to understand... I'm mostly spending my time thinking about what white is going to do, and I don't find it particularly easy to come up with things in white's position. Which I guess means I like my position. I also would like to double rooks somehow, whether I'm coming up or I'm coming over. Somehow I want to get these rooks a little bit more active as well. We'll see what white comes up with. I don't see anything obvious. And on my turn, I make some improving move. Maybe g6, maybe some rook somewhere. Maybe not there, but maybe somewhere else. If I had h6 on the board, I would be threatening this. So if I play h6, I can play this move kind of with tempo, and then I can get another rook in. So h6 is actually kind of a sneaky move. Like if his king moved back and I played h6, because I'm threatening to go here, threatening this, but then also kind of threatening to get a second rook in to deliver the checkmate. He attacks my knight. Okay. So I guess I'm going to check. King comes over. Maybe my rook's coming in. Not sure. If I give this check, then I take here next. Could I be getting myself in any trouble? Otherwise, what did I put my knight here for? I also have this square, though, just to win in exchange. Why not just win in exchange? All right, I'll win the material. This might be very strong because I'm taking this next, but I like this pawn here. So I'll attack this thing. And we'll see how the opponent tries to defend this. I assume I'm just winning. I got the safer king. I'm winning material. I have better endgame prospects, but I probably always avoid the endgame. It's a very good move. So I can't trade because you take back with a rook. Can't take this because you take my queen and then I lose. So I guess I go here. Right? Would there be any reason to go anywhere else? So if I go here, you can go here. If I go here, I think it's maybe actually a little bit harder for you. I think I go here. But here, you can go here. But then my queen's protected, so then I can take your rook. Okay, I think I go here. Putting my queen on a square where she's protected. She's still defending this, so in the event of queen to b3, then I can take this rook. In the event of this, I just simply take. And then if you even try here, I can always swap down. Okay. Did you threaten something? Excuse me, did you make a threat over here? He's going to go here next. When I play g6, he's going to take. And if I take with something, he's going to take. Which is fine. That's fine. No, you are going to swap down into some endgame. You're going to play it from there. Okay. That is not a problem at all. I can't take your bishop, or I get checkmated. I threaten to take the bishop, which I think means we might see the queen swap now. I'm not really worried about you keeping queens on the board, even if you could somehow save your bishop and prevent this. I'm okay with keeping queens on the board. You know, maybe my next move is to go here. So if you save your bishop and you just put it somewhere random, I keep queens on the board, I suspect. Trading is simple enough, but let's keep the queens on the board. Okay. All right, now let's just swap these queens off, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't really come up with anything very clear. Swapping the queens off is probably the easiest now that I have this h-pawn. So we want a pawn. We're up a lot of stuff. Now let's just try to carefully get these pawns down the board. My next move is b5. And we should be able to win this endgame. This will be nice because it's a pretty tough opponent who played a pretty safe opening. It'll be interesting to kind of see. They did the little fork trick at the beginning. So it'll be interesting to go back and kind of see how that all plays out, how that really works. But this is kind of my general way of trying to get something interesting against knight to f3. It's not so easy. Knight f3 is basically an attempt to take to make sure you don't play any gambits, you don't have any fun. So it can be difficult sometimes to get anything fun going against it. My next move, so I supported that guy, so now I can go here, threatening this move. So he's got to, what does he have to do? He's got to move his king back or forward or go somewhere. Tries to come forward. If I go here, I get forked, which is humiliating. But yet I don't really get forked because there's some check. I guess I'll go here, attempting to continue to push these pawns. Also could just start running this b pawn here at any moment. He's going to try to break through. I'm going to take my time and just to make sure that we can't mess anything up. This is maybe a threat now, in addition to just simply pushing all of the pawns. Yeah. Okay. So if I push this pawn, his rook can come in. So we keep this guy where he is. We attack this guy. Behind that guy is the other guy. Okay. Get this guy going. Pawns are restricting all of the opponent's pieces. Should be able to also advance my guys. And yeah, Must feel pretty helpless being in white's shoes. Let's not even let him give this check. And now we're all set up to push this B pawn. Okay. This is basically all he can do for activity. You can go here. You can spend a lot of turns trying to win that guy. But my B pawn is very quick. Nice try. Setting up a stalemate opportunity. Nope, that's it. I don't know what that last move was. Maybe he thought I would pre-move, but not with that much time on my clock. Let's see what was happening in the opening. Knight c6, not a very popular move, of course. It does allow like some sort of d5, or maybe I got to go for some sort of like reverse London nonsense. I don't know. I didn't have to figure it out because I was allowed to take the center. And now the interesting part is I put my bishop on c5 where it's most active, and the opponent took this right away, which is actually the best move. So I've fallen for a little opening trap that really doesn't do that much. I thought I was doing very fine in this position. Opponent tried to bring the knight out. Here already maybe there's some c4 stuff, which is very interesting. It seems like that's the top move played in the Masters database. In the Panzers database, that's also another common way of continuing, because if I take, which is apparently acceptable, queen a5, sorry, queen a4 is what most people are playing. Kind of an interesting idea, I guess, and most people just want to win this pawn back. Something like this, though, seems totally acceptable. I think it's a little trick, but it's not really that bad. Here I decided to develop because I already had the idea I was going queenside. And then pushing this f-pawn may have already been a very big mistake that led to a very uncomfortable position. Opponent was really ready for me to castle kingside, but that wasn't really my intention. My intention was to go on the queen side. Here, I guess I can play a lot of different moves. I can centralize, I can bring this guy here. I played h5. Not the top choice, but decent. b6 is something that I should play at some point now or later. Playing it here where I still have the option of c5 is very interesting. I just didn't want to commit all of my pawns to this yet, but you know what? In hindsight, maybe that actually would be a very strong idea. And then here he takes right away. I don't suspect that this works in any way. I couldn't see how this would possibly work for the opponent. I was imagining some line like this where, I don't know, maybe there's e4 or something, but actually I can just chill. I can give up this pawn, and then it's just, they were just chilling. He can play d6. And who knows? I don't know. I thought maybe this could have got wild. This could have got funky. But instead of looking for some sort of tactical solution, he took here, which allows the light squared bishops to come off, which I think is insanely dangerous. And his king now is just way more in danger than mine is. So the rest of the game was pretty nice, I hope. Here I just decided to take material. There were probably many other options. Here we keep these guys on. We take this extra pawn, and now it should be pretty simple. So we were able to liquidate everything, get all this stuff off, and eventually you saw what happens. We were able to get all these pawns to the finish line little by little. So if you could, and you like these videos, you know what? Subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. See you guys later.